Hey man, welcome to the Social Impact with me, Keenan Williams, and I really thank and appreciate you for taking the time to listen to this podcast. In this podcast, I'm covering this aspect of who are you really? I break down the question of who people may think they are compared to who they may be pretending to be. So sit back, relax, participate in the conversation, and let's change the world one step at a time. This is the Social Impact. Who are you? No, I'm not asking you how much money is in your bank account, nor how fast your car is, or how large your house may be. Who are you really? Sometimes when we look at who we are, often we think of the external factors which contribute to it. We look at our jobs, the way we dress, the way others see us, and the way we conduct ourselves around certain people whom we think are higher and mightier than what we are. I recently completed an online course in public speaking, and the coach had given a challenge to each student. The challenge was to spend some time in front of the mirror getting to know oneself. Further to the challenge, we needed to do this activity while being totally naked. Yes, no clothes, just you, yourself and the mirror. Quite a scary experience at first, but there was so much I learned from and about myself as I stood there. I saw what other people were seeing and sometimes saw what other people had not. I remember a few years ago trying out a similar challenge while working at a particular school in Cape Town. The challenge was for each student in my class to go home that day and spend some time with themselves in their room and get comfortable in front of the mirror. The next day, one of the boys who had usually been the shy and quiet type on the playground was very chirpy in the classroom. It turned out that he tried the challenge immediately after school and had spent 4 hours with himself. 4 hours getting to know who he was and laughing, crying at times, and just getting to know who he really was. His siblings obviously thought that he lost it, but that experience changed his life. Later in that year, that same boy joined his school's debating team, and later on in his schooling he was a prefect, and he is now studying political sciences at the University of Cape Town, all because he got comfortable with who he was. You see, sometimes we think that who we are is influenced on what we own, what we wear, and who people say we are. Those things complement and enhance our character, but they shouldn't dictate at who we really are. Now, working in the radio and broadcast industry, I've come across many fake people. The types who would portray one lifestyle on air and have another lifestyle behind the scenes and have another lifestyle at home, and there's this thin small voice within themselves screaming, "This is not me." We often hide our true selves because we are afraid of what people may think of us. Many of us have been hurt in some way, and the walls which we built around ourselves often become decorated in such a way that we begin to believe that those masks which we wear are who we truly are. Now, as I stood in front of that mirror, very uncomfortable at first, and I needed to get comfortable with that man in the mirror, that was me. Before I could honestly expect others to accept me, I needed to accept myself first. I needed to begin to love the way that I looked, the way that I spoke, the way that I conducted myself. There's so much you can learn from yourself by simply spending time with yourself. And sometimes I notice that many people are out searching for that one person who would complete them, not realizing that even when we do find that particular person, if we are not complete ourselves, we will always have a void to fill. Our lives are too short to live it pretending to be who we are not. Sometimes who we are is who someone wants you to be, and what you are is something which needs to crumble down just like the masks we hide behind.